Aurora. We turn back time a bit, just before the moments before at Ears and Davry are suddenly flung to hell now instead of the chapel. Before the teleport, you start the ritual. Essentially, you sit next to this circle of teleportation, and then you close your eyes, and then one by one you feel like your senses diminish. First, the sense of touch, then sound just disappear, and then also light, because even when we close our eyes, we can still see light flicker and so forth, but that also, and now you're just in this void. And then you start to focus on something that tethers you to the material plane, or if that's a memory, a place, whatever it is, just that one thing that just defines you on this world. And then your senses start to appear again, as you can hear, as you can feel like Ears and Davry just disappear. You start to feel the sense of stone beneath you, and then in front of you, you start to see these large waves that move in impossible patterns, just and an endless starry sky. And then you hear steps walking along the wall you're sitting on top. And then he sits down next to you. He looks like Damrius, but you know it's not him. Mostly because of the purple eyes, but you also know where Damrius is. And the both of you just stare into the night sky and this chaotic sea. And then, after some hesitation, Vesh says, "Please, do not be angry at my sister or your brother." And you don't know why, but you can feel a reason why you should be afraid or maybe angry. You don't, again, flux of emotions, but you know that you might not be able to promise that, but...
Can't promise that?
Yeah. Our siblings tend to do what you want to do, and then we have to live with the consequences sometimes. Vesh says and just stares out. The goal that you and your group are about to partake on, Aurora, will alter everything. The fate of the world at your hand. And for that, I am sorry. It was never my intention to force you into something far beyond your scope.
You don't quite have a choice, any of us.
We always have a choice. Never good ones, always, but we always have choices. After all, I am the god of fortune. If you wanted to leave now, you would be free to do so.
What would be the consequences of that?
Well, you'll be leaving your friends behind. Leave the fate of the world in somebody else's hands.
Too many idiots in this world for that.
And he laughs a bit. And you can see as he laughs, the waves just pauses for a brief moment and then... I know that you are about searching the champions. Did you know I never had one?
Well, you should have one. I heard it's the new black.
Well, I do love black. He then gets up, and then he looks at you and says, I will be willing to make you the champion, but you should know that if you accept this, there's no turning back.
It depends on the cost.
There will be a time that if you succeed in defeating the Witch Queen or Morgana of Dupalmon, I will need your assistance. We, and when he says we, you know instantly that it's the gods, will need your help.
If that help will be to kill anyone I do not want to kill.
Oh, no. Don't worry, it won't be anything like that. I cannot tell you any more than that, because if I do so, I will bring the whole world more danger than it already is. And I kind of like the world, and I wanted to try to survive all these troubles that seem to always come towards it. And another wave just tears down a piece of the wall, just...
As long as I don't have to kill my brother, I will be your champion.
Of course. I could never dream of doing something like that. Wait, make an insight check if you want.
Good luck killing me.
Insight, which is 20.
20. you know that he has no ill intention towards you or your friends.
Then I will be your champion if you wish for me to be.
Very well. And then you see him move his hand in front of his face, and then you see the real Vesh. The Vesh that no one has seen before. Not even the gods, not even his creators. You are the only being in existence who has seen the real Vesh. And then he says, I am the god of fortune. But with fortune also comes misfortune. And that power I grant to you. Then he places his hand on top of your chest, and you just immediately hit with this divine image of almost like a tree, a golden light that just branches out, and some combine, some diverge, and so forth. And you know instinctively that if you just will it so, that one of these branches will just disappear. A possibility will never be. And he then nods towards you and says, you are now my champion. The Fatebreaker. With this ability, you can once per long rest spend a reaction to cause a creature within you, within 60 feet of you, to automatically fail a d20 roll.
Jesus.
No more counter spells, y'all.
Then you are given an improvement to your Shadow Leap ability, but you can only pick one of these. So you need to choose which one. The first one allows you to teleport an adjacent ally with you. The second one doubles the distance of the Shadow Leap.
7 miles.
And the third one grants you advantage on the first attack roll after you do the Shadow Leap.
Unlike all of them?
Just one.
Still, that's your sneak attack for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's auto sneak attack.
And that is once per battle?
No, that is a permanent upgrade to the Shadow Leap.
So whenever I have done a Shadow Leap, I get automatic advantage.
Hmm?
Yeah, we're gonna take that one.
Yeah. That's perfect. I expect great things of you. And then you feel the wall crumble down, the waves disappear, Vesh disappears, and then you are back into the material plane and you just feel like sweat dripping down, like, shit, fuck, how long have I been doing this now? Like, you've been sitting, like, probably with a pipe or something like that for, I guess at this
I'm
point,
looking over my notes trying to find exactly what where the squish bumpers went.
you've been waiting for Aurora to do anything for the past, well, that's going to be 10 hours now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not surprised by that. No.
No, of course not.
And then
Right.
everything happens at once. We see Ears and Dabri just appear from once again in the teleportation. So we see Jace emerge from a mirror inside the room.
Jesus Christ.
Anderson mirror.
That is a swag entrance.
And
Just
you
a mirror.
and you also see behind him walks this beautiful half-elven woman.
Look. Okay.
Good.
So that seems like more or less normal for us, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm just stuck with it.
Where did that
Who
mirror
am
come
I?
from?
I am Willow Larkin, she says, and reaches out.
Pleasure to meet you. Det är Everton Flagger.
Like,
Wait, so she came in with...
Yeah, she came in with...
Oh, great. Hey, Jace, nice to see you.
I know there's a lot going on right
I was
now.
all,
The main question is, guys, why is there a mirror in this library? We have to deal with this. This is big.
I mean, existential crises are not uncommon in libraries.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
So,
so how you been?
So, was everyone having fun? Let's do a quick catch-up on what happened.
yes.
Bleh.
Yeah, and essentially what happened last time, you did some investigation.
Oh, we did actually do stuff after this.
So
happened.
here is
Okay.
knowledge about the champions. You don't need to read that per se. There might be some useful clues.
Can't read, that's good.
And here, because you rolled a natural 20 on Arcan, you get everything there.
Right.
Arkan, that was...
The god of
Grave.
death.
Yeah, of the afterlife.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially, Kala is the transition between life and death. Arcan is the transition between death and afterlife.
Is it kind of like how Anubis is like the god of the dead? No. Anubis is like the
Have the gods maybe ever thought that they could maybe kind of maybe sort of centralize some of these functions and actually maybe save some god money? I feel like that's our job.
Save some prayers.
Some prayers.
Right.
I think they could cut out the middleman at least in one of these cases.
Actually, I should note that I've had a look at books and
The books?
yeah, apparently all the squish puffers been killed in battle, but we have a vast amount of hoop dingers.
Oh,
and,
thank God! I was worried.
one or two big hoops.
So what I want you to do right now, if you can roll a check for Myra, Philika, and Bonroll regarding what information you find about these gods and their champions.
And we have advantage onto the library, right?
Yes.
Alright. Oh, guys, it's time to montage.
But again, you can only do one of the gods. So for instance, Blake cannot do all 3 checks, for instance.
Oh, because I would also be too, I guess.
Do I mean, so this is kind of, like, first off, what kind of roll is this?
It will be investigation rolls.
Okay.
And we're all doing it.
Again, there are 3 gods left for you to find more knowledge about.
May I use insight if I'm doing Philika?
No.
Or religion?
Just
I'm first going to Philika.
yeah, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna say religion you can use instead of investigation.
While this is happening, Aurora and I, we kind of we sort of leave them to their stuff.
Yeah.
So just when you want.
So
Who are you testing?
Bonroll, the Tempest god of Forge, and Myra, the goddess of justice and light.
Yeah, so last time, if I remember right, Myra was one of the ones who sent a champion after the Witch Queen.
Yeah.
And
That sounds right.
that was the only one, right? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Archon.
Archon also did. Archon.
Yeah,
Archon.
Archon and Myra.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I don't know if we want to like get the band back together because it seemed to work. So last time what we found out is that it worked pretty well, except they died.
Wait, what about up until that point?
Yeah, up until the point where they all died.
Did they
everything was going
all
pretty well.
die?
So
No, except for
Holgar.
did not.
Yeah.
So are these the
Wasn't he just a dude?
Yeah, he was the only
Wasn't the champion?
non-champion.
Yeah.
Again, he's essentially gained champion status due to the fact that he was as useful as the champions, but...
Yeah.
right? So, but is it only these type of gods that can have champions? Because I know
No, all gods can have champions.
Okay, because I know someone who might be interested in becoming, I don't know, the champion of the all-consuming serpent, but we'd have to take a trip.
Is anyone the champion of Jesus?
So what we were talking about right now is
Really
basically
like
to find the champions and get the champions together, and then hopefully use them to.
I mean, either way, we might as well figure out as much as we can when we're here.
Wait, for obvious reasons, I would like to find the champion of Philika,
Sure.
but I think maybe we should look into the champion of Myra or Archon.
Yeah. I mean,
We did look into the champion of Archon here before.
Yeah. And you roll a natural 20 on that,
We
so
did.
that's why you get every bits and bobs.
we
Right.
get is that his phone number?
Right. So I think I'll have a check at Moira then.
Yes.
I guess I don't actually roll with advantage.
Weird.
Because why would I?
The library.
Yeah, because you are in the library where all knowledge
That
is.
helps.
Yeah, checks out. That's a 28.
Yep, then you get every bits and bobs of Myra.
Ooh.
For Gifts and Shield, we'll see if I can learn about Philika.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What's left?
Then there's Bonroll left. For you to
That's you, Jade.
How's your investigation, James?
Not great.
Well, we left, so it's up to you.
18. Then you also get all the knowledge regarding
Hey!
Philika.
Go team.
And maybe you should read them out aloud so we don't need to.
Right. Myra is the goddess of holy light and justice. This is my reading voice. And is known by many as the Shield of Dawn. Due to her domains, many judges and rulers alike seek guidance from the goddess, hoping that they might too be as just and righteous as her. The nation of Gonwell, this is about the champion. The nation of Gonwell has in recent times changed its main faith from that of Vidar, the goddess of the sea, to that of Myra. This change happened not long after the current president, Reginald Burnbright, was elected. However, the nation of Morokai,
Like Kai.
has also a large population of Mara worshippers, with Melanthiel Aetarian serving as their patron saint. Given the information you gather, it seems likely that the solar staff, the weapon wielded by Melanthiel, is located somewhere in Morokai, whereas the current location of Mara's latest champion might reside somewhere in Gunwell. During your time in Delta Bay, you're certain that a champion had resided there. You and your allies would have known. And if a champion had been there, your best bet is that the champion is one of the reasons that neither Whiteholm nor Runedale has fallen yet. Right, so that seems so it's either Morokai or that.
Gunwell's there.
Morokai is all at the bottom.
Oh, that's down here.
Yeah, with the weird.
That was the staff, right?
Yeah,
That's the solar staff.
Okay.
That's the sort of good Dark Elves.
yeah. Essentially, those are those that have forsaken the evil gods,
Yeah.
following the path of Melanthiel herself.
Cool.
Okay, I got Flaga here. Also known as Mistress Moon, Lady Eversmile, and the Mother of Muses, Flaga is the goddess of parties, dreams, and art. She celebrates joy and inspiration and urges all to join her. Her worshippers are typically bards and creators of art, but those with a hedonistic streak are also known to be found amongst her followers. Champion. You can quickly realize that almost all information regarding the influential worshippers of Flaga pertain to their art pieces. Not much has been written about Flaga or her worshippers themselves. Fortunately, you notice that hidden in some of the masterpieces created by Flaga's worshippers are obscure clues that combined together reveal that in order to commune directly with Flaga, one needs to find the home of divine stone effigies. You quickly discern that this sentence refers to Chateau Vert, the castle made of glass, where the greatest sculptor Mendes Senerath had created an exhibition of statues depicting the pantheon of good. You also know that the only way to access this castle is Garash Lightbringer, as he owns the magical painting that serves as a gateway to the pocket dimension where Chateau Vert resides.
Hey, we've been there.
Yeah.
Oh!
This place where we got the
Yes.
So, and then we also have just an Archon here, which is
Man, like,
Oh, yeah, I have it here.
you people gotta get up to all sorts of things when I'm not around.
Arkan, this is my review. The parting guardian is Lord. The parting guardian.
Oh god.
The parting guardian is lord over life after death. He guides the souls of the departed as they pass into the afterlife and protect those that value the sanctity of life and the eternal rest. How's that different than Kikala?
Kikala is the transition between life and death. He's between death and afterlife.
Okay, sure. The champion. It's commonly known that the city of Gravenhill has the largest church of Arkan, which was built not long after the end of the Hexwall. Okay.
Where we know.
Reading a 1,000-year-old transcription of a sending spell, which was intercepted by an Illumian spy. They transcribed the sending spell?
Yeah.
I need to delete my internet browsing history because I have been sex sending.
Did you just say intellect browsing history?
Yeah, that's amazing. That would have been very funny if I had. Yeah. No, sorry. You learn that the last recorded champion of Arkan was the paladin Dame Ilsa Ornis, or Arnith, who fought against the Witch Queen along with Tarian Timbercrest, Melanthiel, and Holgar Bramforge. Right, so she was one of the OG. Yeah. Going over some text regarding the aftermath of the Hex War, you notice that only a single individual was tasked with the protection of the mass grave built to entomb all those that died during the last battle near Briarwelt. This strikes you as somewhat odd. No ordinary person would be tasked with such an immense and important assignment by themselves, unless this assignment was given to the newest champion of Arkan. Studying further, you realize that the mass tomb built is the necropolis underneath Maplecairn. From this piece of information, you discern that the individual tasked with the protection of said mass grave was Ezekiel. Or, as you currently better know him, the Lich controlled by Seeker.
Whoa, that's the Lich you guys killed, right?
I think we're allowed him to die.
Yeah, I think
and what did you roll?
Only Jace did that.
What did you roll for investigation?
I'm not completely wrong.
I'm not aware that I have to. Sorry.
Okay, just for the last guard.
Wit.
Okay, I'm advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's. It's still not great.
Take the one.
I have to take the one. Are you sure?
The one, yeah, do
Are you sure? I could either take the one or the 14.
That's what they're trying to use.
No, I feel like you should take the one.
Okay, so that's 17.
Okay, then you get all the information.
Hey!
Hey, boy, hey.
Now, so what's your reading was?
Then I didn't need the scissors, man.
Aww.
You might still need the scissors.
Yeah.
Stabby bitch.
Bonroll, the Thundersmith, taught mortals the art of the forge, allowing them to bend metal to their will. Alignment, lawful, neutral, domains, forge, and the Tempest. Champion. When Frostdeep was invaded at the beginning of the Hex War, the champion of Bonroll, Fida Brownforge, died defending Carthurum from the first invasion. Her son, Holgar Brownforge, would later join the champions that personally fought the Witch Queen, this being Tarion Timbercrest, Dame Ilsa Ornis, and Lady Melanthiel. But Holgar himself was never chosen as Bonroll's new champion. It is believed that there has not been a champion of Bonroll since Fida Brownforge, as the divine weapon granted to her by Bonroll, Stormhook, was destroyed when Fida was slain. And according to the last words of Holgar Brownforge, on his deathbed, until the weapon is reforged, no other champion of Bonroll will be chosen. Going over some old court transcript from Frostdeep regarding the ban of foreign exploration of the Etekarian mines, the remnants of the Stormhook is said to be stored deep within the mines, and that only someone with Bonroll's blessing is able to locate, reforge, and claim the weapon.
And that's Frostdeep
in the mines.
Frostdeep is underneath, it's underground.
They toil to the deep.
So, if you fill the map for us, here. Clear the map. Map, clear the map. Okay, so we had the solo staff was down here.
Right.
Oh boy,
You didn't clear the map.
So there was a Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
that was Archon stuff. Philigas, we know that I can't pick it up with my fingers. I think we should either contact Neris or
Abigail?
no, yeah, Abigail. And what's Espen?
Espen, yeah.
Espen, yeah. Contact Espen, and then find out if not Gilgamesh, Gorash Lightbringer is with either of them.
Okay. Seeker was in Toothspire the last time you spoke to him,
Yep.
and that's that one. That's Frostdeep, right?
Yeah, the entrance to Frostdeep. You can
Is
do
that-
that either through there or from Falstead, which is in the Draconian Empire.
And we were here, right?
Olsted.
Falls there. Sure, through there.
Otherwise, there's the possible the Garden of Myra is either Runedale or Whitholm.
Right, yeah.
Which one? Yeah.
There was also something the last champion might have resided somewhere in Gunwell.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
And then Frostdeep was one place I couldn't
Well,
find.
there's an entrance to Frostdeep there.
Okay, great. And we are here, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Was that the 5 that we got? Is that the 5? I thought there was one more. Is that me?
No, we got 4, but
Yeah,
this
we got 4.
Oh, sorry, this is the same one here.
Yeah.
Ew.
And one for the weapon, one for the champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think it adds up. Maybe.
What's this in Frostdeep?
That's Frosty.
One of
Entrance
the-
to Frosty.
Frostdeep. Okay, so and then we do have the one where we can contact with about finding out about Thalaika. And either in Everdarn if he's with Neris or in Evergale.
Yeah, which is not on the map, but near Gravenhell, essentially.
If
Okay.
he's with Espen. So I think first thing to do is to contact Espen.
Why did we know? How is it you people know this Lightbringer?
We traveled. Actually, we've gone to the picture
Yeah.
once. That's where
They were hired one spy gurus himself.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So essentially, you could
Where
also
did that
sending him.
Picture, where did that picture go?
it's just a pocket dimension. That's what.
But where's the picture?
Last you saw it was still in his store.
Yeah.
In Sorvakai.
Yeah, so I want to. So what I'm thinking is the first thing we do is very easy. We just need 2 sending spells to contact Neris and contact Espen and check if
But you could also just send 2 gurus because
we could also send her to Gorash. Yeah, I think we should send. He is the
half-orc
salesman
owner
who has the
okay.
the picture.
Right.
Contact him, asking where the picture is,
Yeah.
and then we at least know what that is. That's the sending spell. Can someone please set that?
Are we here?
What?
I guess,
Yeah, again, you're all.
I guess we stay to because we still need to. I need to really talk to him. Okay, sure. I sent to Gorosh. It's been a while, but I guess
Before I do,
vaguely remember.
I would like you all to roll initiative. What you hear is like somebody tearing cloth. As you see, just this crack in reality itself.
Oh boy.
Whoops.
And
They tore the pocket.
From this tear in reality, you see this bipedal frog-like creature with red scale, and it says, and then another beheaded, and then another slot exits the tear, and a third, and behind you hear, "I'm back." And then you see a beholder with a wizard hat and strapped to two of its eye stalks of wards. Thanks for listening. The intro music was by Fischer, whereas the outro music was by Martin Kerr. The other pieces which are mentioned in the description down below were by Kevin MacLeod and Enda Genye. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you again in Doraken.